Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in my lab. I'm in the book. I'm just got lessons lined up for you. We about to get some lessons in today. I got a 2 for you today. Hope I can get both of them in. So let's get this party started. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. The rooster for you. All right. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice when daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and always to my yacht be true. Speak of my girl. Right thinkers, let's talk about how to purify your heart through an attitude of what they call selfless service. And I get that one in. I'm going to try to sneak another one, show you how to purify your heart through not expecting a reward for your actions. Again, another form of selfless service. But this is what Mayat teaches in the philosophy, prepares you for why. These are things that will lighten one's heart, a.k.a. purifying it means lightening it, taking away the nonsense. Let's go. The ego personality have to be controlled, and Mayat does just that for the ego. What's this? Keep in mind, always keep in mind, though I like this, that you are performing actions with the grace of God. Now, this is my philosophy. My pastor says the same thing from a Christian perspective. So we understand that concept from a different perspective, but the same concept. You see where I'm going with this? So he's saying, professing the same thing. His goal is to get you to God too. So I understand that. So again, odd couples. He do it his way, I do it my way. Now, when you realize that you are performing actions with the grace of God with intent, good intent, no matter what actions you perform, if it's done from the heart, it's going to be blessed. Unless it's done with evil intent, and that's not from the heart, that's from the mind. See, that's the difference. The heart is pure, good, nothing, no. If this is corruptible. Get the concept. All right. So again, we try to purify the heart through what? Righteous actions. God is acting through who? You. You know that? Well, no. Pay attention. This is class time. This is learning lessons. God is acting through you to what? Uphold the order of his universe in which you're a part of. Okay? Get the concept. You're playing this game. You got to play the part. You ready for this? You are the instrument of the divine. That means you are God being used in the physical form by which you perform actions for what? Blessings. Therefore, as you consciously attune yourself and live by the philosophy of Mayat, what are you doing? You putting yourself in position to be blessed while living your life right here on earth, and put yourself in position to have a light heart at judgment day to pass on to the afterlife. That's what Mayat philosophy offers. Now you are assisting in the support and positive evolution of what? The universe. You play a role to make it a better place. I'm here trying to give knowledge to those who need it. That's my role. I'm playing my role. And always keep in mind, and my pastor, this is his thing, that as an aspirant, a right thinker, your soul belongs to God. And it leading you to a certain experience with spiritual beings having a human experience. You're here to learn a lesson. Whatever that lesson is for every individual is different, but that's the purpose. So all that, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know. Nope. Understand there's a purpose. Find it, use it, know thyself, and fulfill that purpose. And watch this. You're here for certain experiences that are needed for you to what? For your mental growth and your spiritual growth, regardless of your life situations, be it adverse, meaning bad, or prosperous, good situations. Just remember that your personal goal in this life is to purify your heart. Let me say it again. Remember, your goal in this life is to purify your heart with righteous actions so as to what? Come into what we call balance with the cosmic order, doing God's will, being obedient, coming in cosmic order with the Supreme Being. That's why he blesses those who do what he wants them to do. Accountability and doing the right thing, they are blessed for that. And when they do it on a regular basis, they reach a place called bliss, hotep, supreme peace within oneself. Why? By righteous living. You earn it. Maya. You will realize practicing and mastering Maya philosophy will get you to realize what? That many situations, I told you, situations you don't control, but you in all situations you do. Once you get proficient at controlling you in all situations, which ordinary people, the masses, consider to be what? Adversities when they bad, accidents happens, misfortunes, bad luck, losses of physical material things are all in reality what? Just an opportunity for you to what? Practice and perfect your true understanding of the Maya philosophy teachers and to control your ego personality. I couldn't wait to get to that. Your lower nature. That's the ego. The ego is from waist down. It wants physical pleasures, okay? Sexual pleasures or stuff like that. And other parts, they want money, possessions, things. That's all lower nature stuff. It just shows you when you achieve that spiritual awakening, your ego personality is in check. No say so. That's the beauty part of it. When you learn how to conquer your ego personality, you good to go. Why? It don't move you no more. If the ego say, I'm horny, you can go on an adventure to get you some sex. If the ego say, I want this, you can go do. That's being driven by your ego. An idle mind is the ego's workshop. If you ain't thinking of something positive, or he can give you something to think about, negative, trust me, that's his job. He don't care. He don't care. Understand it. That's why you got to be in control of the thoughts that come in your mind. In life, this is the best part of self-mastery. Whatever the situation is that presents itself to you, and you're going to have them every day, and they're not going to go away. Situations in life are there for a reason and purpose. How you handle them is the true test and the measure of you as an individual. No matter what situation presents itself to you, you have to remember the divine intent behind it all and offer your actions in response. Don't react, respond. Take a few seconds to think about it before you do anything. To it as in what? As a presentation made to the divine as an act of worship and devotion and respect and obedience. My pastor, the humblest guy I know. Wrong ain't happening. I'm starting to get the understanding. I don't particularly care to do wrong. I ain't aspiring. At one time, I loved doing wrong. Now, not so much. So that's the changes in me. That's where it comes from, inside. Each time, now watch this, and they did a test with the monks. If they thought about God when they meditated, their whole brain activity went off the charts. What's this? So each time that you remember, when you just think about, I told you I'm God conscious. I got God, I got Maya on my mind all the time. And when you remember the divine throughout your normal course of the day, just thinking about them, just having them on your mind, guess what that? It's like going to church. It's like taking a trip to the temple, the holy site. Keep God, like Christians keep Christ. I understand and I get the concept. That's what it is, a mental concept. Whatever works for you to get you to be your best self, that's what you work with. That's right thinking philosophy. Why? I took what worked for me. My pastor takes what works for him. And we doing the same thing, but we doing what works for us, our couple. When you offer your actions, when you offer to do something, but more important, when you offer your actions to the divine and accept no egoistic credit. My pastor I got to underline this because this is him to a T. He takes credit for nothing. He give it all to God. And I hear him he said all the time. Hey, good morning, bro, how you feel? I'm good by the grace of God. Blessed by the grace of God. That's his formula, that's his statement, he lived by it. Moving on. But when you do things that's not based on your egoistic, you want credit or somebody to know about it, for what? For the action. It is an even higher form of worship to what? Other divine, when you do it for nothing, looking forward to it. Just do it for the right reason. I love just doing the right thing. Why? It don't hurt me and it feel good to help somebody else out. And in return, I'm being looked at from a different perspective. That's the part I like. But when there you go. When you inwardly take on this attitude that it is reality, what? Your divine self who is acting and not you. I'm doing what's right. The old me could care less what's right. So there's a divine entity working. I'm with it. And this is the highest, don't feel me now, form of worship of the divine. Be, do, and act what? The way he would want you to. Be obedient. That's what the Christians do. I get it. I understand it. And if you were able to maintain this form of awareness, Christ consciousness, God consciousness, continuously, if you were able to do this, you would now be able to achieve what we call spiritual realization in a real short time and reach what? Spiritual enlightenment. Why? For the work and the things that you put in. That's how it's done. And the more you do it, speed the process up, the quicker you get your results. All things are in reality a manifestation of the divine, the one. Everything comes from the one. Not a bunch of gods. No. One God. A bunch of emanations of him, which forms nature, the elements of the world, but one God. Just as a candle's light and heat are what? Are one and the same. The manifestation, aka the universe in which you live in, the simulation, and the divine self are what? Are one and the same. The circle is God. Everything in it is God, of God. So therefore, the idea that there are individuals acting independently as various people, ignorantly, with different names, is what? An illusion that's backed up by more mental ignorance. You must continue to assert this truth when at all times. In order to combat that what? The egoistic ignorance of self and thereby purifying one's heart. That's how it's done. You got to keep the egoistic concepts out of your character to purify and lighten the heart. You can't be jealous, envious, greedy, gluttonous, all those covetous, all those negative satanic qualities. You have to eradicate them out of your character. That's the idea. And that's how you purify your heart. It can be done. Trust me. Now, let's get to the next. Good. I got just enough time. I got to have a half page of information. This one says, seek purifying your heart by not expecting a reward for your action, aka your deeds. Most people do things, we call them doers and non-doers. I get that lesson a while ago. I might have to repeat that one. But it's all about, if you're a doer, that means you do things what? For something. Non-doers do things with nothing expecting in return. That's what we're talking about right now. Let's go. That's another way of purifying your heart. In performing your actions, your good deeds, never seek external reward. That's the mafia deal. I do this for you. You owe me. If I do something for you, and I do every day, try to give you information, you don't owe me nothing. I appreciate the view. Other than that, nope. Always feel that you are performing for what? The divine self, your higher self. In an effort to what? Purify your heart of what? Egoistic feelings and characteristics and sentiments. That's why. If you're egoistic, you're going to do things to satisfy the ego. Take the ego out of the driver's seat of your life and put it in the service seat where it does what you want it to do when you want it to do it, not when it wants to. That's important. All external expectations and rewards for your actions are always bound to be fleeting, and they cannot be counted on. If you do something for somebody, I'm going to give you $100. Okay? You do it, and they don't get it. Now you're upset, you're disappointed and frustrated. Because you did something, expect something in return, and didn't get it. That frustrates you. Had you did it and don't look for nothing in return, you wouldn't be frustrated. Well, I didn't want to, oh no, wait a minute. Again, a wise man does things for the what? For the right reason. When you start doing things for something in return, that's the devil's deal. Understand that. And sometimes they go wrong. Therefore, if you base, again, your happiness on something that is fleeting, material stuff, that's what it's saying, now you are basing it on what we call an illusion, which will certainly lead to what? Disappointment and unrest. You're going to be dissatisfied. You're going to be unhappy. Trust me, frustration, all of that comes from what? Making bad decisions or doing something with expectations of something to be given to you for doing what you did. Job, sign contract, all that. Yeah, I mean, I'm do this, you can give me that. Yeah, let's understand. That's cause and effect. Okay? Remember the definition of reality. If you don't know, let me try to hip you to this. That which is unchanging. What's real, don't change. Simple as that. Seek deep within what you for what is unchanging, regardless of what the external situation that you go through in life. Keep the peace, keep your calm, maintain what? Your cool, so to speak. Don't change because of situations. Remember, I know, again, self-mastery is handling every situation the same. Once you get comfortable being uncomfortable and being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, that's self-mastery. Why? You're not going to let the situation dictate your actions. That's why. Emotions, anything else. Actions. Seek for external, watch this. When you seek for external witnesses, self within you, who is separate from what? Your thoughts and your transitory situations of your external world, perform your actions. What you do, why you do it, well, but do not become attached to them as sources for your happiness. Going to work, getting the money for the job you do, that's taking care of everything. That's not happiness. The job you performing and the things you do should bring you happiness by doing it, and the money is just a byproduct of that. But if you're just doing it for the money, there ain't no happiness there. That's the business deal. That's like being in a marriage with no intimacy. That ain't a marriage. That's the situation. Moving on. And that's what you do. That's what you do. Moving on. To each his own. I'm just saying. This is an Egyptian proverb. They who revere Mayat are long-lived. They who are covetous have no tomb. There's no place for y'all. Y'all gonna best be obliterated out of existence. The physical body going to the earth. Your consciousness is gonna get eaten by Amet, so you no longer exist. Moving on. But in reality, it is the soul within you that gives what? meaning and worth to all your externalities. Okay? Externalities, things that you're doing in your life. So therefore, your soul is what? The source. Hello? Hello? You see where we're going? Of all understanding, meaning what? And awareness. This soul is full of immense happiness, aka bliss, when it's done right. And you can discover this inward peace and happiness. How? By inwardly discovering your true self. And not seeking happiness from what? Outside sources, objects of yourself. When you're seeking happiness and the fulfillment of your desires through worldly pursuits and relationships, they only lead to what? Frustrations, disappointments, and more what? Desires. And it don't stop. The constant fanning of what? The waves of your mind with the thoughts of what? Desires and cravings survives in your innermost recesses of your unconscious mind, and is embedded deep within what they call your astral and your causal bodies, the side that was inside the body, okay, of the human being. These deep karmic, watch this, action that you performed in prior lives still hanging around. These deep impressions, karmic impressions that's embedded in the unconscious mind, which remain after the death of your physical body. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And leads the soul to what? Astral heavens or astral hells. And to future what? Embodiments in physical form, aka reincarnations. If you don't get it right, if you don't master Maya philosophy and put yourself in a position with a purified heart, at Judgment Day, you will reincarnate. Why? Heavy heart. All the character flaws that you didn't take care of and eradicate from your character will make your heart heavy at Judgment Day. Remember karma? It says all your karmic impressions, meaning all the action that you perform, will be given to you at Judgment Day. And that's going to add what? Heaviness to the heart. Idea to have no baggage. Okay? But they tell you, when the train comes, just get on board. Don't need no ticket. Just get on board. It's conceptual. All right, hope you enjoyed the lesson. Got them both in enough time. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back. I'm just rolling now. I'm teaching. This is what I decided to do. Teach concepts that I did from the book. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with more. But right now, I got to go. Right thinkers and closing. May y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I've never none of my right thinkers who know how to purify them hearts now have passed away. Get busy. I'm out.